Alright, so this is for the YouTube video. Today we're playing some Bramble the Mountain King. I'm almost near the end, so I thought I should finish this instead of playing campaign like I had originally planned. I say this is for the YouTube video because right now I'm 28 minutes into my stream, and funny enough, I actually finished the game. It's so basically there's only 27 minutes left in the gameplay. I finished the game, and because no one's watching, no one's there to tell me anything. I didn't notice that I never put the gameplay on the screen. I was recording just like a waiting page, basically. And if anyone was watching, they'd just be hearing me commentating on the game while I was just showing them nothing. There aren't even 27 minutes left. If I do this boss fight well, it will actually be very quick. I just died a ton to this boss. It's not a hard boss fight. I just kept making silly mistakes.
The gate that was meant to be closed forever, now opened.
Alright. Let's get going. I totally thought that
the Mountain King, who was meant to be hidden forever, was now revealed.
I totally thought that thing
Just had to reach the sack before Lillimor ended up as the giant's dinner.
Alright. So I totally thought that thing on the slab at the top was going to be the king, and then I noticed that the king was actually this giant person. Then I also thought that Tuva might have been at the top because that sack looked like it was golden hair, but it's just a sack. I was totally expecting to run into someone sleeping like a princess from a Disney movie, waiting to be awakened by a kiss. Or in this case, I'd assume awakened by getting sacrificed by a troll or something, or getting hit with my magic stone. Alright. I really don't know why we don't just climb the mountain up to the slab instead of breaking the bramble. But whatever. We'll take the dangerous route. Not like we avoided danger before. That troll is so tiny compared to the king. I thought that the trolls were as big as they get in this world, but apparently that's not the case. I also, to get back to the point where I left off yesterday, I had to restart this whole section. I originally thought that they said that the trolls tortured the king, so they're not on good terms or anything. But we listened to what they said, and the trolls feed the king to torture him. Which is weird. Because it looks like he's totally up for it. And then he casually eats the trolls too. A little confusing. Alright, bring it on. You're a giant in a little man's world. Oh! It's weird that they use this music for this boss fight. It's pretty cool. I don't know what you think you're gonna do with those utensils. You can barely stab at me. You have to be super accurate to do this. This is like catching a fly using chopsticks. I don't know what he plans to do with this. Come on. Keep trying. You got nothing on me. This is what you get for using a fork and a knife like a fool. Oh, please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. Alright. Ah, it turned so slow. There we go. Imagine trying to kill like a mouse. No, not even a mouse. A mouse would be bigger. Imagine killing like a cockroach with this weapon. A sword. I can imagine it with the staff, but... or a mace? I can imagine it with that, but... a sword? Insane. Absolutely absurd. Wow. You know, the first time I did this boss, I actually got through this section without dying a single time. I only started dying on the very last section a bunch of times. Actually, I think I died to the sword swing. No, I actually didn't. I accidentally dodged the first sword swing and I figured out the mechanic right away because of that. So I actually got through this section without dying a single time, but this time I'm struggling, which is weird. I want to get rid of all the flowers on one shoulder so that I can just quickly go to the other shoulder. Oh, I'm so close to the edge. Right? Okay, should be good. Oh! Hide behind the rocks. I hate the maze swinging down. I wish he only did the sword. Oh, I'm gonna die. Oh, I'm good. I thought the mace was swinging down again. Now the mace is swinging down. Oh, I can't see the shadows. Okay, I didn't want to get greedy. Okay,
But the
we're
Bramble
good.
weakened. The Mountain King saw clearly for the first time in centuries. And what he saw reminded him of his beloved son. He would not lose him again. This time, King Nils would overcome the darkness.
No, just... Can you give me back my sister? I'd appreciate it. I don't want to have to be enemies with you
The
once
source of the curse blossomed.
you got freed from the curse. It'd be really unfortunate if I had to kill you.
Bramble rooted in his back and brought it all to an end. The only way to get to Lillimor was now up and in.
Jesus Christ. Staying that my plan is to go inside his stomach. Where stomach acid will dissolve us all. By the way, I only noticed this time around, but the bramble didn't all disappear, just that flower, pretty much. The bramble is still all around the place. I thought they said that the bramble was... The first time I didn't think I'd make that jump, so I went straight onto his arm instead, and it did this same exact cutscene. And I was like, oh, that's a little weird, because he definitely wouldn't have made that jump from his arm. Absolutely insane that he chucks me off of his face after deciding that he'd try to keep me alive. He basically threw me off a freaking mountain and expects me to survive somehow. Well, at least my sister's okay. I did all this work just for my sister. I hope you appreciate it, sis. It's okay. I don't want to live in this world after facing all of those nightmares. I'll never be able to live in peace if I had to deal with those nightmares ever again.
Tuva had one last gift to give to Ole.
Go forward, sister.
Dead. His prison started to crumble.
Please don't get crushed by rocks. We've worked so hard to get here.
Lemus would always look after his friend.
What is Lemus? Like, what's his importance? I don't really understand his existence in this whole story. And why is he able to get everywhere perfectly fine? I went through so much trouble to get here, and this dude's just casually walking up without even having any legs to work with. That's so unfair that he's able to walk up to me with no
A
problem.
nightmare woke her up. Frightened by her memories, she searched for her brother's comfort, but he was nowhere to be found.
So this painting did change, right? Oh, is that Lemus? And someone else? Who is it? What is that a painting of? I feel like before that painting was super scary. And here, I think I have all of the statues, but maybe I'm missing a single one. I see a circle between Lemus and the bookkeeper guy, so I'm assuming that's where the last statue would go. It could just be a stain, but I'm not sure. It feels pretty empty on the left side, though. Sad that Lillimore doesn't measure herself like Ale did. And we start a new journey.
However, the darkness outside did not scare her.
The darkness should scare you.
Because she knew she had her brother.
How come? I don't understand this ending, to be honest. Really great game. I was actually, I reached this point before I restarted that whole section, and then I looked at the stream, and I was like, oh my god, I wasn't streaming any of the game. God, the music is so loud. By the way, I was also saying this before I restarted the stream. If anyone finds that the audio is really loud, whether it's my voice or if it's the game audio or whatever, just let me know. I want to fix whatever I can fix. I can't really tell when I'm watching my own videos, because typically, you might have seen it in the last video, but my volume is always pretty low. Right now it's at 10, and this is still pretty loud to me. So when my volume is that low, I can't really tell if things are really loud or not. Things that people have told me are ear piercing, to me will sound perfectly fine because my volume is that low. I don't know if it's regulated by my headphones or what. I mean, like the volume levels, I don't know if it's balanced by my headphones or something to make it so that it's not so ear piercing. Normally I'd skip the cutscene, but I don't think I can in this game. I want to see if there's anything after the... I want to see if anything's after the credits, I mean. But, highly recommend this game to anyone who still wants to play it. If you like Inside, Little Nightmares, Limbo... what other games were like this? I think there was something else. I don't quite remember. There are a couple of games that are similar to this that are really popular, and each of them are really good. This one is no exception to that. The boss fights can be a little underwhelming, but there's only so much you can do with a boss fight when it comes to these kinds of games, because you're just a tiny guy in a giant world. You're not supposed to be able to do real damage. Oh, I guess there's nothing else after the credits. Alright, that's the end of my playthrough of Bramble, the Mountain King. I'll see you guys next time in a different game. I'm playing Kena, Bridge of Spirits right now. Also Hi-Fi Rush without talking in that game. I just decided to go with that game since it has plenty of voice acting in that game. Also, it's just fun listening to the music. It's a super fun game. Highly suggest playing that if you're into music and like just tapping your foot to the rhythm. And I'll look for other games to play as well, because I like to have different games to switch between for things to upload. So, see you guys next time. Whatever that is.